Age is just a number. Today we're going to discuss the importance of maintaining a high level of fitness the older we get. Welcome to another episode with us at Goat Sports. My name is Adrian Skepi, and together with me today is my colleague, Coach Martin Strante. So Martin, we've been fortunate enough to be training with people with different backgrounds, different ages, but when we talk about senior training, why is it so important that we maintain a high level of fitness the older we get?
Well, first of all, if you want to stay active and mobile, it's very important that you move your body, stay strong, stay flexible, and keep your balance. So I should say that.
Very nice. And for us as coaches, or maybe even people around, what's important to think about when we want to push someone that's maybe older, but to start training?
Well, first of all, we as coaches, we always have to start with the client where they are. So we have to be looking at their movements, if they can maybe do push-ups. If they can't do push-ups, maybe they have to do like push-ups against the wall. So we have to be very careful where we start with the client.
So there's no rule that they have to first be in a certain amount of fitness in order to gain a certain amount of fitness?
Nah, it's never like that, because someone can be very strong when they're like 60, 70, 80, and they can move their arm all the way up, while someone else hasn't moved their arm this high since they were like 50. So then their mobility is limited. So maybe you have to just start with very simple arm raises.
Very nice. So things that we usually do, I know me myself, when I talk to older people or parents or grandparents, it's like we get so careful around them. It's like, oh no, grandma, sit down, don't do that, I'll get that. No, it's too cold. So we're kind of taking away their movement.
Yeah.
So it's important to understand that, well, they're people just like us, and they need to work out just like us and just find their level at it.
Of course we should be kind.
Kind, of course,
yeah,
but not maybe take away everything from
exactly.
them. So we should actually let them help and even push them to move around a little bit.
So there's this saying that if you don't use it, you lose it. This applies to us all, but the older you get, you have to be more careful and more cautious with it, because if you don't lift your arm all the way up, you're soon going to limit that range of motion. So you always have to be moving around, doing some type of push-ups or squats so that you keep your arm strength, your leg strength, because otherwise you're going to lose it.
Now, I heard some different types of information. One is that the biggest reason that senior citizens visit the emergency room are due to falling. And one more that I thought was scary was that the World Health Organization went out and said that today we're aging much quicker than we used to. So is there something we can do today to kind of help those numbers?
Well, first of all, it's maintaining strength. So the more muscle mass, the more strength you have, the less likely you're able to fall over. Because usually when you're unstable and you're weak, it's easier to fall over. So if you try to maintain your leg muscles, hips, core, it's going to be easier. Yeah, and then also balance.
Of course, you can catch your step.
You can catch your step, yeah.
Right, of course. And then if you do fall, you might have more muscles to actually help you
pick yourself up.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, Martin. So a few exercises that we can give maybe as tips for anyone to do at home.
Well, you have the basic ones, like a squat or push-up. We talked about doing a push-up against the wall. So the perfect way to start is you move up to the wall and you start doing some type of push-up. The further you move away, the harder it's going to be. Once you feel that it's comfortable, you can use your chair. So just grab the top of your chair and do some simple push-ups. That's going to be very good for your upper body. You can also do some type of squat. This is very easy to maybe use the chair that you have, squat down, and then squat up. It doesn't have to be that hard.
Well, exactly, because a lot of the times where people actually fall is due to some dizziness, and that could be from getting from one position and then standing up very quickly. So an exercise would be, like you said, the squat, but it could be either sitting down on the chair and then standing back up, or even using the chair as like a crutch and then start going maybe not so deep. And then maybe something for the balance. What would you recommend?
Well, a simple single leg stand. So use your chair, hold on to the chair, and then just lift one leg. So you're holding the balance, and then you might be let go of one or two fingers, keep staying balanced, and then that's a simple way to start. It doesn't have to be super complex and high technical. Just start where you are.
All right. To conclude, it's important that we actually make sure that our elders train, push them in that direction, but they always start from where they are. If they can only move their arm a certain range, that's where they start, and push them to do more. So as a child or as a grandchild, we can push them to do a little bit more. So thank you guys for listening to us. We'll see you guys next week for another episode. Until then, take care.